going to start seated. So just find a comfortable position. Close down your eyes. And you can put the hands either palms facing down on those knees, palms facing up, something that's comfortable. And just start to breathe. With every inhale, really thinking about expanding and lengthening. And as you exhale, can you keep that length? Can you keep your expansion? And then notice all of the sounds around you. Music, the hum of the house. Maybe you can hear wind behind the windows. Whatever noises you are surrounded by, hear them. And instead of naming them, just let them be in your surroundings. As we really focus our senses, our ears, can we start to hear what's happening internally? Can you hear your pulse, your blood rush, or a heartbeat? Realizing that we are not so different from the outer world. Keep focusing that breath, expanding and lengthening, and listening internally. Taking another 3 breaths here. And if you have an Ujjayi breath, that audible sound at the back of your throat, ignite that breath now. With that same focused breath, let's come onto our hands and our knees. Spread our fingers wide. And just roll the shoulders around the wrists, following that inhale, taking it back on your exhale. Closing the eyes so we really can move and listen from the inside out. Clearing our senses, clearing away for clarity. On your next inhalation, change direction. And then find that neutral spine, shoulders over the wrists. Let's start to move into our cat-cows. Inhale, drop the belly, send the heart forward. Exhale, press into the hands, round into the back. And then keep going with that breath. Inhale, lengthen and expand. Keeping that expansion, draw the belly in and send the spine to the ceiling. A few more times, warming up that spine. Another opportunity for communication with the inside. Listening to how you're feeling through that spine. If there's anywhere that's tight or tired, take a moment to offer your body compassion. And then we'll find that neutral spine once again. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog, and we'll take 5 breaths here. Taking a moment to wiggle, taking a moment to walk the heels, bend the knees. And if your moment is stillness, that's also totally fine, correct, or valid. I really encourage listening to your own body. Letting the shoulders be wide, pressing into every fingertip, knuckle, and thumb. Lengthening the spine, sending the tailbone up to the ceiling. And then we'll slowly walk our feet all the way forwards to the front of our mat, taking conscious steps here. When you get to the front of your mat, we're going to find a deep bend in the knees to let the spine cascade over the legs. Belly and thigh connection as you let the crown of the head drip. Look right past your shins and just take a moment here. You can start to sway the torso left and right. If you'd like to hold on to elbows, you can. Hands can be on the floor if you need that extra support. That's also totally fine. Releasing the hands, bending the knees, rolling up one vertebrae at a time, using or stacking the spine one on top of each other. When we get to the top of the mat, it's a shoulder loop all the way up, back and down. Sweep the arms up, inhale. Bring the hands together, palms at the heart, exhale. Take a moment to use all of our information we've just gathered through our senses, through our breath and our spine movement, and set your intention for this practice. Let it carry you this hour. Let's take a full breath in through the nose to seal our intention. And a clearing breath out the mouth, exhale. Reach the arms up, inhale. We fold over the legs, exhale. Land the hands, step your right foot, then your left foot back to plank. Lift your hips all the way up, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg to lift. And we're going to open our hips and bend our right knee. So the right knee is moving towards the ceiling, and you're almost stacking your right hip on top of your left. Now notice your hands, and can you press into the floor equally so that the shoulders are square and the movement of the hip is just from the waist down. The shoulders are looking towards the floor. And you're just going to breathe here. If you'd like to take some ankle rotations for a moment, go for it. Take another breath here on your inhale. Staying for your exhale. And then inhale, square your hips, extend your right leg up. Point the right toes down. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over wrist, pull the thigh to the torso, heel to the buttocks. Inhale, three-legged dog, lift all the way up and back. Exhale, knee to right elbow, find that connection, shoulders over the wrist, hug your heel to your buttocks. Inhale, three-legged dog, lift all the way up and back. We cross the midline on your exhale, knee to left elbow, twist from the waist. Draw that knee all the way up towards the left armpit. Three-legged dog, we lift all the way up and back. Step your right foot in between your hands, exhale. Drop your back knee to the floor, sweep your arms up, inhale, Anjaneyasana. Gorgeous. Draw your hips forwards. Send your heart to the ceiling, and then imagine your front foot and back knee are drawing towards one another. So there's this movement, this drawing in, this lifting up feeling. We breathe here. One more time, we inhale together. We land our hands down, we lift our back knee, we step back to a plank position. Press the heels back, squeeze the thighs, and send the crown of the head forwards. Everyone on an exhale, drop the knees. Bend the elbows, peel thighs, pubic bone, belly, chest, all the way to the floor. Hands wide as your mat, come onto your fingertips and press the backs of the feet to the floor. We roll up on your inhale, finding your cobra. On the exhale, we lengthen down. So that idea of expanding on our inhale, taking the heart forwards, and we want to keep this expansion on our exhale. So lengthen, draw forwards, get taller as you lower. One more time, inhale, press the backs of the feet, reach the heart forwards. Exhale, we lengthen down. Hands underneath armpits, downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Full breath in, full breath out. Left leg to lift, inhale. We open the hip, we bend the left knee. Left heel to left to buttocks here. Sending that left knee to the ceiling, almost stacking left hip on top of right. And then just noticing where your shoulders are. Maybe that right shoulder or armpit's dropping further down. Press into both of your hands equally and square the shoulders. If you took some rotations of the ankle, rotate, move the foot. And remember to breathe. Lovely. Take one more full breath in and a full breath out. We meet three-legged dog. Square the hips, point the left toes down. Look to the hands. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over wrist. Now hug the thigh into the belly. Heel draws to the buttocks. Inhale, three-legged dog. Lift all the way up and back. Knee to left elbow. Exhale. Find that connection. Keep drawing heel in and up. Three-legged dog. We rise. Inhale. We cross the midline. Exhale. Knee to right elbow. Beautiful. Twisting from the waist. We lift back up. Inhale. Three-legged dog. We step the left foot forwards. Dropping the back knee. Inhale. Anjayanasana. Sweep the arms up. Draw the hips forwards. As you gather the energy of the back knee and the front heel towards one another. Lift that heart and breathe here. Land your hands. Tuck your back toes. Step back to a plank position. Option to drop those knees. Bend your elbows to lower on an exhale. Hands stay where they are. Point the feet. Rolling cobra. Sending the heart forwards. Dragging the palms back towards the ribs. Exhale to release. Two more like this. Inhale. And exhale. Lovely. Last time. Really expanding, lengthening, dragging the hands back, sending the heart forwards. Exhale. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. We walk our feet back towards our hands. All the way forwards. We exhale to fold. We sweep up, press into the hands, we root to rise. We bring the hands together at our heart. Exhale. 3 rounds of Surya A. Super simple. Here we go. Reaching the arms up. Inhale. We fold over the legs. Exhale. Hands to the shins. Halfway lift. Inhale. Stepping it back. Chaturanga Dandasana. You can use your knees, high to low push up, upward facing dog, hips to your heels, or we keep your cobra. Listen to the body. Downward facing dog, we hold 3 breaths. Inhale all together, bending the knees, sending the tailbone to the sky, looking forwards. Exhale, step, walk or jump to the front edge of your mat. Hands to your shins, halfway lift for your inhale. Forward fold over your legs, exhale. Root to rise, press into the feet, inhale. Hands to your heart, exhale. 1 round, 2 more to go. Using that breath, inhale. Folding over the legs, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Chaturanga Dandasana, exhale. If you're stepping back, step back with alternating legs. If you're jumping back, bend your elbows straight away. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips. Gorgeous. 3 breaths. Spread your fingers wide, send your tailbone to the ceiling. Lengthen the spine. Final breath here. Rise to the balls of the feet, bend your knees, look forwards, inhale. Step, walk or jump on empty. Halfway lift, fill up. Forward fold, exhale. Rising to stand, inhale. Hands to the heart, exhale. 1 more time, inhale to lift. Fold right back down, exhale. Hands to the shins, inhale. Chaturanga Dandasana, exhale. Upward facing dog or cobra, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. 3 breaths. One more breath, inhale. Big exhale. Rise to the balls of the feet, bend your knees. Look to your hands, inhale. Step, walk or jump to the front of the mat, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold over the legs, exhale. Press into the feet, we rise, inhale. Hands to your heart, exhale. Utkatasana chair pose. Feet hip width apart or big toes to touch, your choice. We sit the hips low, our arms come in line with our ears, and we breathe here. Keep sending the tailbone back. Keep lifting the front abdominals. And imagine there's a tiny grate between your knees and you want to squeeze it, but you don't want to break the grate. You just want to hold the grate there. Really turn those legs on. And we're going to transfer our weight to our right leg. You're going to extend the left leg all the way back, and we're going to step into our high lunge. Scissor action in the thighs, draw that right hip back, reach the fingertips up, inhale here. And then warrior 2 on your exhale, ground your back heel. Send your front knee forwards. Now squeeze that front glute. Let the knees track over the toes. And we arrive. We breathe. Maybe you take a moment to close your eyes and listen to the sounds. Just how we started, if we've lost our train of thought or got taken up with to-do lists or tasks for later, come back to this moment. Come back to what's happening in this body, in this moment. Flip your palm. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Stay low in that front knee. And then exhale, elbow to thigh. Sweep the top arm overhead. And then you're going to keep circling the fingertips back. That's it. And then circling them round. And then notice the supporting hand on the thigh. Can you really press into that thigh so you lengthen the bottom side of the ribs? And the hand that's circling, we really want to find movement and an opening of the chest on that reach to the ceiling. One more time. Inhale. Gorgeous. Lovely. We're going to take a reverse triangle. So straightening your legs, left fingertips, right fingertips up to the sky, left fingertips onto the back leg. Gorgeous. Find this beautiful side body stretch. And then we make or reach towards triangle. So stay with those straight legs. If you need to walk that back foot in slightly, you can. Reach your right fingertips long. Find space on both sides of your waist. And then hands 12 and 6. And this time the fingertips move forwards. I lie, go back. That's it. There we go. Lovely. And every time we take those fingertips back, I want you to almost roll the heart to the ceiling so that the underside ribs can see the sky here. That's it. The hand that's on your shin is just like the elbow on the knee. We're pressing and lifting up. Lovely. One more time. Inhale. Take it all the way around. Lovely. We're going to lift up, finding our 5-pointed star. Heels or feet parallel. Arms up to the sky. It's a side bend to the back of your mat. So left hand down, right arm towards the back of the room. And then you're going to take that side bend into a forward fold. And you're going to round all the way to the front leg. And you're going to do that again. Lift that left hand up. That's it. Lovely, Nikki. And then circle it all the way around. Gorgeous. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Lovely. Walk your hands to the front of your mat. Turn your right toes out and your hands come to the front of your mat. Low lunge. Press your heel back. Send your heart forwards. That's it. And then that front knee hugs into front shoulder. I want you to find a squeeze here as you press down into that front foot. So instead of collapsing in our hips here, we're really drawing everything in. We're finding strength. Take a moment. And our runner's lunge. And then drop the back knee on your exhale. Sweep your arms up. Inhale. Interlace the hands behind you. Squeeze the palms on your exhale. And then inhale, draw the fists down towards the back of the room as you lift your heart. Keep pressing down into that front foot just like your runner's lunge. Squeezing everything in and up as we open up into that heart. Slowly release, sweep the arms up. Inhale. Land the hands down. And step back to your plank position. We're going to take the right elbow down to the floor and then left elbow. We're going to bring the right hand underneath right shoulder, standing up into high plank, left hand to meet. We do this again. Left elbow comes down this time. Exhale. Right elbow to meet, we find that low plank. Left hand underneath left shoulder to lift up. We find our plank position. We lift up, downward facing dog. We take a full breath in, full breath out. Step walk or jump to the front edge of your mat on your exhale. We fold over the legs. Exhale. We sit into our chair, Utkatasana, inhale. We find that Utkatasana, we squeeze the pretend grape in between our legs, really turning them on, lifting from the front abdominal so there's space in that lower back. Lovely. You're going to transfer your weight to your left foot this time. Keeping your standing leg bent, you're going to extend your right leg long. And then lighter, slower than you want, you're going to step back into your high lunge. Draw your right hip forward, your left hip back. Take an inhale breath here. Warrior 2 on your exhale. Ground your back heel, open your arms wide. Squeeze your left glute. Close your eyes for a moment. Listen to your senses, let them become alive. Flip your palm, reverse your warrior, inhale. Move to side angle, exhale. Elbow to knee, sweep the top arm overhead. Inhale here, and then keep letting those fingertips rotate all the way back behind you. So we find these circles. The elbow into the thigh is pressing down, and there's so much space in the underside ribs. Notice your hips if they've swung out. Draw them underneath you and towards your hips. Lovely, one more time. Inhale, sweep the arm all the way back. Lovely. We take a reverse triangle, straighten your legs, left fingertips up to the sky as you lean back, drawing the energy up the legs. Exhale, we find our Trikonasana, reaching forwards. Hands 12 and 6, we land. Just like in our side angle, we press down into the hand that's on the shin. We wrap the underside ribs. And this time the fingers move back. And all the way up. Keep circling here. Really wrap the underside ribs. Keep finding space. Lovely. Keep drawing the inner thighs back. The back hip is really opening as it sends it away as you send your crown of your head forwards. Lovely. One more here. We inhale to 5-pointed star, fingertips to the ceiling, feet parallel. Side bend on your exhale to the back of your mat. And then you're going to start to forward fold here. And then circle all the way forwards. And then we circle all the way back. Use your breath. And invite the hamstrings to open here. Lovely breath, Nikki. I can hear you. It's great. One more time. And then we'll walk our hands forwards to runner's lunge. Hands to the inside seam of your leg. Squeeze that front knee to front shoulder and press down to the front foot. So instead of collapsing, it's easy to come here. Can we lift it all up? Can we squeeze the inner thighs and reach the heart forwards? Keep pressing the right heel back, lifting the right thigh towards the right hip. Then dropping the back knee to the floor gently on your exhale. Reaching your arms up on an inhale. Taking a wide interlace. Hands to touch. Squeeze the palms. Lift your heart all the way up. Find an inhale breath here. And then stay for your exhale. Keep pressing into that front foot. Keep lifting the back ribs away from the hips. So instead of crunching and collapsing here, we're light. We're radiating. And then when we release, go nice and slow so we don't slingshot. Lift the shoulders over the hips. Inhale, the hands up. Land them down. Lift the back knee and step back to your plank position, a high plank. The left elbow is going to come down on your exhale. And then your right. We find that low plank. Left hand underneath left shoulder to lift back up, high plank. We go again, right elbow moves first, exhale. Left to join, right hand underneath right shoulder, we find high plank. We lift our hips up, downward facing dog. We take a full breath in and a full breath out. Beautiful. We walk our feet all the way forwards and we fold. Exhale. Pressing down, we root to rise. Inhale to stand. Palms to touch on our exhale. We gather our energy wide. Inhale. We bring it back to center. Exhale. Second round of flow. We move. One breath. We take the circles away and we find stillness. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale to fold. Sit back, Utkatasana. Inhale. Lean your weight into your right foot and extend your left leg back. And this transition is as important as that high lunge. So step it back with control. Inhale, lift the chest, find your high lunge. Warrior 2 on your exhale, ground your back heel, let the knee track over your toes. Flip your palm, inhale, reverse your warrior. Side angle, exhale, elbow to thigh, sweep the top arm overhead. So this is your first option, or hand can come into the inside seam of the leg. Take a full breath in, and a full breath out. Beautiful, reverse your triangle. Inhale, straighten both legs, right fingertips to the sky. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Reaching forwards. If you need to shuffle that back foot, shuffle it forwards. And then exhale, hands 12 and 6. Use the hand on a shin or a block to find length here. Wrap the underside ribs and breathe. Full breath in. Full breath out. Beautiful. Inhale, 5-pointer star, parallel your feet. Exhale, bring the hands behind us. Make sure the heels are behind the toes. Squeeze the palms and lift your heart. Exhale, we fold over the legs. So just drawing into a forward fold. Notice the feet here. Heels behind toes. Draw the inner arches up. And that's going to feel a lift in the legs as your thighs squeeze around your bones. Can the crown of the head drip? And if you have to or need a micro bend in those knees, offer your body that micro bend. Find your breath here. Release your hands and walk your fingertips to the front of your mat to runner's lunge. Hands in the inside seam. Press your heel back. Send your heart forwards. Drop your back knee, sweep your arms up, inhale. A little bit of a different back bend, palms to touch, bend the elbows. Hug the elbows into the ears and press the back of the head into the forearms as you lift the heart. Keep sending the pubic bone forwards, keep drawing and radiating, lifting from the center of the body. Inhale, release the hands, stack the shoulders over the hips. Exhale, we come to a high plank. Commando on our exhale, elbow down, left elbow down, core is engaged, right hand, left hand to lift. We take it to the other side, left elbow, right elbow. Left hand to lift, back into high plank. Lift the hips up, downward facing dog, we find a breath. We stay for the exhale. And then finding your way to the front of the mat. You can bend your knees, look forwards. You can walk, step or jump On your exhale, hands to your shins, inhale. Forward fold over your legs, exhale. Utkatasana chair pose, inhale. Transfer your weight to your left leg. Important transition as you extend that right leg back. Mindfully, lightly land it. We inhale for our high lunge. We exhale, warrior two, ground your back heel. Squeeze your front glutes so the knee tracks over the toes. Flip your palm, reverse, inhale. Side angle on your exhale, elbow to knee. Sweep the top arm overhead. Second option, hand to the inside seam of the leg. Let's take a full breath in here. And a full breath out. Reverse triangle, inhale, straighten the legs, left fingertips to the sky. Trikonasana on your exhale, lifting your chest, taking the hips back, hands to 12 and 6. Use the hand on the shin to lift and wrap the underside ribs to the ceiling. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. 5-pointed star, inhale, fingertips to the ceiling, parallel your feet. Hands move to the back of the mat, squeeze and interlace them. Lift the heart on your inhale and then fold over your legs on your exhale. This is the moment where we pause, that's lovely. Really use your whole foot here. Notice the weight in the foot and try and transfer the weight into the ball of the foot so that the hips are over the heels and we haven't swung the backs of the thighs away. It's all connected. We're drawing everything in and up. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Release the hands. Walk the fingertips forwards. We're into our runner's lunge. Press the heel back, squeeze the inner thighs. And then land your back knee down. Sweep your arms up. Inhale, Anjayanasana, palms up. Bend the elbows. Press the back of the head into the forearms. Squeeze the ears with your arms and lift the back ribs off your hips. Keep drawing your rib cage down. Keep lifting and squeezing that pelvic floor to protect that lower back. Releasing on your inhale, stack the shoulders over the hips. Land your hands down, exhale. Lift the back knee and step back, plank position. Commando, left elbow down, exhale. Right elbow down. Left hand underneath left shoulder. Right underneath right. We come back to high plank. Right elbow down, exhale. Left elbow down, we find that low plank. Right hand down. Left to join high plank, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. This time we're going to walk our hands back towards our feet. Using the hands here, walking all the way back. And then finding your peace fingers around your big toes. Press into your big toes here and let your elbows move out to the sides. Crown of the head drops as you send the shoulders towards your hips. Breathe into the lower back. Take a moment here. One more full breath in. Elbows wide, shoulders away from ears. Release your toes. And you're going to roll up to stand with your right knee into your chest. Hands on your shin. And your shoulders are going to loop back. Gorgeous. Reach your arms up to the sky. And you're going to extend your front heel for a moment. Spread the toes. And then I'd like you to step halfway up your mat. Your feet are facing the front of the mat. And your hips are square. Exhale your hands wide. And then bring your fists or knuckles together at the base of your back. Now really press knuckles towards one another and lift your ribs up and over as you look to the ceiling. Keep squeezing the glutes and the hips forwards here. And then on your exhale, you're going to keep pressing lower back into hands as you reach your crown of your head long. So you find this tabletop position. Keep drawing the heart forwards. Keep pressing small of the back into the hands. Beautiful. We'll release on our exhale, hands on either side of the foot as you fold. Remember, if you've got blocks or anything that you want to bring the floor closer with, you can at this moment. We're not here for long, but we're drawing the right hip back and we're really squeezing that left glute. So the left knee is over the toes. And then we just want to soften for a moment. And then you're going to bring your left shin in line with your right foot and you're going to come to find a seat. So you're going to sit down at that, like, yeah, you can point the back foot. Left fingertips down, press into the shin in the foot and lift your hips on your inhale. That's it. Exhale, lower the hips down and you're going to swing all the way around. Right hand down, hips up to the sky. We're going to do this 4 more times. So twice on the left, that's it. Lift the hips, reach the fingertips up. Drop the hips down. Circle all the way forwards. Right hand down, lift the hips. Invite that heart to move. 1 more on each side, using that breath. That's it, lovely. So yes, these are back bends, but this is really more on feeling than what it needs to look like. Can you lift that heart? Beautiful. Gorgeous. From here, we're going to push down into our right foot. Fingertips down, and you're going to extend your left leg back behind you. We're going to find a standing splits on your exhale, and you're going to really look towards your left foot and make sure you're lifting from the back of the foot so the toes are pointing down and our hips are really square here. So we're not going to have a ballerina split here with this beautiful engagement of the hips. We're really going to squeeze the inner thighs. Breathe here. And then you're just going to step your left foot in line with your right on your exhale. Beautiful. We're going to stand up and we're going to draw the left knee into the chest this time. So we should be kind of somewhere in the middle of the mat. I'm a little bit closer to the front. Reach your arms up and extend your front leg. Draw the left heel in, spread your toes. That's it. Land your front foot down. We're going to find that pyramid again. Hands wide on the exhale. Knuckles to touch at the back. Inhale, we lift the back ribs and open up that heart. Keep the hands in the small of the back pressing towards one another as you lengthen forwards. Finding your pyramid. Send your thighs back towards one another. Squeeze your right glute here. Keep pressing the small of the back. Keep lengthening, lengthening, lengthening. And then on an exhale breath, we release the hands, fingertips to the mat. We fold over the legs. Crown of the head drops. We soften here.
The repetition of my code is something I thought I was covered. It's like a little sign that keeps me on track. 10 fingers, 10 thoughts that are verified.
Our right shin joins our left foot. We come down to a seat. Right fingertips move behind us. Press the hips forwards. Press into shin and front foot. Exhale to release. We circle all the way forwards and round. We lift up. You got it. That's it. Press the hips forwards. Nice. Circling back. And when we place the right fingertips, we want to point to the back of the mat so that we can open up the shoulders easily. Gorgeous. Beautiful breath. 1 more on each side. Right and then left. Last 2 back bends. Finding movement and feeling more important than shape. Beautiful. Landing your left foot down, extending that right leg, we find our half or standing splits. Drawing the head down. Can you look to the back foot and make sure the toes are pointing down, and we're lifting from the inner right heel. As we breathe, can we get lighter in that right leg? Can we lift from the inner right thigh and heel? And slowly release your right leg down, feet as wide as your mat. Heels in, toes out. Slide your hips down. Malasana squat. Squeeze the knees in, press the elbows out. Keep drawing the heart to the thumbs. Beautiful. Hands down. Forward fold, parallel your feet. Fold over your legs. Stepping back, right foot, then left. Lift your hips up. Downward facing dog. And then drawing the knees down onto your mat. Bringing your hips to your heels. And I'll finish with the back bending camel. So lifting the hips up, squeezing the inner thighs, fingertips either lifting up towards the sacrum. If this isn't comfortable for your wrists, you can bring your hands as though you're sliding them into your jean pockets. Wherever you are, we're hugging the elbows in towards one another. We're squeezing the glutes and we're sending the hips forwards as we lift the lower ribs off the hips. Keep shining the heart forwards. Beautiful. Keep lifting here. And maybe this is where you stay today in your camel. You have another chance to come here. So maybe this first round we just think about lifting the back ribs. We keep lengthening the front of the body. Keep drawing the front abdominals in. Gorgeous. Lifting from your heart, we lift back up. Inhale. Land the hips to the heels, palms onto the thighs. And just take a moment to feel that energy. We don't round, we don't wiggle. We just let the senses rush through the body. Our second round, lifting up. You can take exactly what we just did. If you would like more, tuck your toes, loop your shoulders and reach your fingertips back. Keep squeezing the glutes, sending the hips forwards. Notice my chin is tucked, my neck is long, and then my fingertips are going to touch my heels at exactly the same time. Now imagine you're pulling your heels up towards the ceiling, so there's this traction as you send the heart forwards. My neck is still long, I haven't let the crown of the head drop. I prefer this so that I can find a natural shape from the crown of the head all the way down the spine. We haven't broken the spine in any places. Stay here for as many breaths as you like. When you're ready on your inhale, lift from your heart, squeeze your glutes to arrive, stack the shoulders, and then again, hips down, no collapsing or wiggling or rounding. A moment to feel. And we'll just sit our hips to either side and extend our legs out in front. And to reset that spine, we're going to take the soles of the feet together and walk our hands out forwards. This is a big diamond shape. We haven't got the heels close to the groin at all. And you're just going to fold and soften your spine forwards. Keep pressing the soles of the feet together and just letting that lower back release. Finding your breath. And then starting to unravel on your inhale. And you can keep the soles of the feet here if you like, as we roll down the spine one vertebrae at a time. If you feel like you're falling, grab hold of the backs of the knees or pull your mat wide. Otherwise, lowering all the way down into your Baddha Konasana Shavasana. So soles of the feet connected, back of the head heavy. And if this feels like a lot on your hip joints and you would like to extend your legs long, of course, be your own guide. Listen to your own body. Give it what it needs for rest. If you need to do anything else before our final resting pose, you have at least 5 breaths to do so. And stay in this resting pose. Close down the eyes. And start to take note of all of the sounds around you. Noises and humming from the home. Maybe you can hear a train or traffic outside. Take in, listen, and then start to filter the noises so that you can hear what's happening internally. Start to bring clarity to the mind as you follow your breath in and out. I'm going to leave you with another poem from Rumi's little book of life, The Garden of the Soul, the Heart and the Spirit. The senses are tools of the mind, and the mind is the tool of the spirit. When the mind becomes confused, it is the spirit that brings back clarity and harmony. Our desires are thoughts spread over the soul, as weeds spread over the surface of a pond. The ego thrives in muddy water, while the mind needs clarity and transparency. Let the mind become the master, and the senses its obedient servants. A master who puts his senses to sleep is able to perceive the unseeing emerging from spirit. Even in his waking state, he dreams. Dreams that open the gates to divine truth. So I'd like to leave you in your Shavasana today, and I'd love you to dream, to manifest a world that you would like to live in, how you would like to treat people and how you would like to be treated, how you would like to give and receive love. Dream, manifest, so that we can start creating a world that we will be proud to live in. to bring awareness back into your fingertips and toes. Taking your time, there's no rush. If you would like to stay lying down, stay there. If you'd like to join me to end this practice, come and find an easy, comfortable seat. Let's breathe our arms overhead. Big inhale. Palms to touch. Bringing the hands down the center line to our hearts on an exhale. Closing down the eyes. And again, take a moment to listen. Let this be our tool for learning, listening. Thank you so much for sharing your breath, your movement, and your wisdom with me today. Namaste.